just want to be her. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds. My cut right off on the curve like I'm Barry Sanders.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the San Francisco 49ers.
Keep playing. Here we go.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now Mostert. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38. Here we go. Like 80! 21. Hey, echo. Mike 54.
Play action. Now Garoppolo. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. I remember that game, December, against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, gun. Do these traps. Let's go.
Mostert. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That goes for a gain of 31.
Here we go. 180. Right here. Hey, go.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. This is Mostert, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, Is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Come on, set, smooth, 60 Pittsburgh.
Mike 56.
Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. 2nd and 14. Hey, right on cue, they set up the screen and complete it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They took your advice from a bit earlier, tried the screen, but that one, it was covered up pretty well.
They did a nice job on it, but I still think it was the right idea. Probably just a block or two away from making it work.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Big stop, let's go.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end play. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You can't block me. Check.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
You got him. You got him.
Ready. 8-3.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Go now. 10 logo. Go.
Watch the pass.
2nd and 11. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Here we go. 180. 12, fellas, here we go. 54.
You're not ready.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there, Bank at the 39-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. No gain on the play there. Second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10.
25, check 25, check 25. Greystone, travel. 56, right there, 56. Hey, watch this. 5.
Now Joe Mixon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Hey, wahoo! Get it.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0. But the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13.
We got 3.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Here we go. Ready? You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want
it. Here's Mostert. They find some open field here. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season.
right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, gun. We own them. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4". I'm coming for you, son. 12. 6.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you have two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
80 weapons. Check 31.
From the gun again to Mixon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and the Bengals have a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Here we go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
First down, 49ers.
Here we go. 180! 54!
Garoppolo, final shot here before half. Open man is Samuel, complete. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Again, it's Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now Benjamin. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Here we go. 180! 21. Here we go.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. They'll run with Coleman on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a gain of 35. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is...
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On second down, here's Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. 56. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Bravo. 56. Check.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This complete to the tight end play. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41.
Hey, Charlie. Get it.
They're going to look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead now down to 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Stay hot. Stay hot.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, San Francisco.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back now in Cincinnati. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
54.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Man!
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 3rd down.
And Lobo. 5.
Pull it together. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Go.
He'll drop to throw. Finding Green complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's got this down to the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now back to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal 1st.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 12. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Clay, the intended receiver. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.